Hey Caterpie crew, present day Chase here. This is daily December, meaning we're putting out videos every single day the entire month of December. We've been planning it for a long time, so make sure to subscribe if you like reselling content, thrifting content, eBay, Amazon, Facebook trades, all the 9 yards. We're doing it all this month. Subscribe. Let's roll into this video. Chase after the right price. So Sky Guy has been with me for 6 months, but nary a time has he ever thrifted on his own.
We're gonna see if a noob can strike gold.
Let's do it. So my hope in theory is that Skylar has just kind of organically picked up a few things along the way that will lead him to success. He's got his roadmap, sticking in our town, going to thrift stores, game stores.
Yeah, really everything that we have in our town. Made a little list, checked it twice.
Nice.
There's 2 Goodwills and 2 other thrift type stores, and then a disc traders. So gonna do a nice little loop. Have a trade that I'm gonna go do, and that'll also work its way into the route. So maximizing our time out, and it should be good. I don't know what to expect. It's the middle of the week. There could be absolutely nothing. There could be some really cool stuff, but I think I know what to look for, things to avoid, and hopefully I'll be able to give some helpful tips along the way.
Heck yeah.
So I'm about to head out and got my Switch ready to do this trade, and then it's going to start me on my little route that I have going. So let's do it. But actually, real quick, we just hit 28,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. We appreciate it. I kind of want to hit 30,000 before the end of the year, so if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, and I think about 55% of you are not, consider subscribing. Hello. What's my spending limit?
Huh?
What's my spending limit?
However much makes sense.
Cool. What a beautiful day. The sun isn't shining. It's raining. Just wonderful. So the trade went fine. It was just really rainy, so we made it quick. But we're gonna do a full pickup of that later. We are at Goodwill. Let's see how much of Chase's money I can spend. Okay, so I just saw somebody walk out with a bunch of sealed PS4 games, so that does not look good. However, we're here, kind of where some of the games are, so let's take a look. So I started pulling games and checking them with the Amazon Sellers app, and nothing after nothing. The games just weren't really valuable, and for the prices that they were charging, things really weren't worth it. So, like a creep, I started following around the guy that had all the sealed games, trying to see if there was some secret game space that he knew about that I didn't. So that sucks. Snagged up all the good games already. Tip: get here early. But one of the things that I also try looking for is like sealed board games and things like that. So there's like a whole section for that. It's just flooded with people, and I don't want to pull out my camera. But one of the things I'm looking now is for shoes. There's certain brands of shoes that are really good. And boots. It's not something Chase often buys, but hey, when there's no games, you gotta make your time worth it somehow. So right as I was about to give up, I found the box of secret sealed games that the guy had found. But it was already pretty picked over, only leaving these 2 games that still weren't worth it. But that didn't stop me. I checked in a couple other baskets, only to find that more things weren't worth it. Goodwill number 2, and I don't know if this means anything, but there's a giant Goodwill truck here, so I don't know if that means they're dropping off stuff or picking up stuff or what, but that could be a good sign that they're stocking things. At least that's what my uneducated mind thinks. I don't know. So I always head right back to where the games and electronics are. All right, I think I found something. My phone is getting soaked. All right. Just got this guy, $5. It is an Olympus camera, 509 to be exact. We got the Olympus Acura Zoom 130S. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like on the lowest side, this camera should get like 20 some bucks on eBay. I love looking for cameras because I also hate it. I'm going to kick myself in the butt later when we need to test it, because this one needs film. So we might just sell it as untested. It looks like if we go through and fully test it, there was one recent sold for, I think it was like 55 or 60 bucks, which would be awesome to get. But at the very least, should be able to make some money on it, add it to our eBay camera pile that we need to test. But there's money to be made. And then there were lots of games in there, like tons of sports game stuff. So I just pulled up like the sports games list and just kind of ran down the line. There wasn't anything super interesting. All the ones that weren't sports games I looked up, and a lot of them just aren't really worth it. Goodwill, I feel like, has raised their prices, at least around here, to about like $5 a game. Are other Goodwills in your area doing that? Or has it been like $5 for you guys for a while? I know normally, or at least sometimes when I've gone, they've been like $1, $2, maybe $3. But now for like poor condition stuff, we're seeing like $5. And then I'm gonna head to another kind of like unknown thrift store, not a big chain, it's a privately owned one. Oh gosh, the rain. What on earth is this thing? Is it an NES? All right, so kind of a weird spot. They didn't keep all their games all together. I saw some DS games, an Xbox game, and some GBA games. All not really worth it. Some pretty low-end stuff, as cart only on Amazon and eBay. So nothing really there. They were worth at most a couple bucks more than what they were asking. However, I did find something very interesting. This has turned into a very weird find day. So I found this guy, and if you open it up, it's a disc holder, and I saw comps for these going for like around 40 bucks on eBay. Got it for $3. So that's a no holla situation. I don't like how much space it takes up though, so we'll have to see Chase's reaction. But ideally for something big like that, we'll price it to sell, so maybe we'll go a little bit under the $40 mark. But it was weird because one had just sold, I think it was like a few days ago on eBay, so I guess we'll see. All right, hopefully there's something good. Please, please be something good. This has been so disappointing so far. Then I saw this thing, and I thought it might have had a chance. However, it was taped up, and it felt kind of light, and I wasn't sure if it was all in there. Then I remembered people in our Discord had been talking about looking for VHSs, and especially sealed VHS tapes, so I started looking.
Maybe I'll think about buying it. I would be saying, I'm not buying it. What about that movie?
That could have been $100 some if it was sealed. Alright, so here's the game stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna pass on all of these. A lot of them are just PC games. I'm gonna finish looking them up, so maybe I'll get something. We have enough PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero 3 games, so I'm just gonna pass on that one, but that would be a good buy. Well, hi! We got this, $4. Sadly, nothing else is really worth it. It is kind of unfortunate. Let's see, can I prop this up here? Hi! Nothing else was really worth it. They were asking too much for that Kinect that I showed. So I didn't get that, and then it was pretty deeply scratched on the lens. Couldn't really see that too well. I'm just gonna hold this. This guitar is also pretty scratched, but I mean, I'm hoping that it can clean up and I can kind of buff out some of the stuff. So I guess we'll see, but all the buttons feel great. Everything else feels good. So hopefully I get some good stuff at this game store because last stop, local disc traders. I hope I can take what I've learned from Chase and apply it. I'll probably be scanning a bunch of stuff. So I don't know how much footage I'm gonna get, but I hope I find some hitters. Come on, baby. All right, pretty disappointed. I'll explain in a second. All right, so I scanned a bunch of stuff that we would normally scan, and I don't know if this location just recently, like, if they redid everything, everything looked very, very organized, nice and clean, and there were lots of like secondary labels on top of their existing stickers, meaning I think they had repriced just about everything somehow. A lot of their inventory is completely cleaned out when it comes to accessories. A lot of low-hanging fruit we normally look for isn't there, and it's primarily like new era used stuff that's still priced pretty high, at least in terms of reselling. So wasn't really comfortable buying anything there. But then even like Guitar Hero accessories were just through the roof. They had priced up like their drum sets. They didn't have any guitars, which I was surprised. The only things that would be worth buying would be like bundler games. I saw a bunch of those that actually looked like they were marked down to like 99 cents, but we just have so many that I can't really justify getting any of them. I looked at all of our lists of what we need, and we just don't need any right now. All right, back at Chase's. Took about 3 hours to do all of that, including the trade, with like almost an entire hour at Disc Traders scanning stuff. I'm really peeved I didn't get a lot of footage, but that's just because I was trying so hard to scan stuff and find it, and that's just how hard it was. Time to show him this pathetic haul. But it's really sad when I look at this and see this is these are the only three things I got. So this was $4, $3, $5, math, that's $12 all in. Plus this trade stuff, so that's cool. Hopefully this is a win. Maybe it's not so bad. All right, Chase, I got some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take it out and organize it. But yeah, there was a lot I passed up on, but...
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, sometimes you get a bunch of stuff, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you get the chickens, sometimes you get the duck.
That is wisdom right there. But this right here is the chicken if it works. $3.99, a comfortable $100 plus if it works.
Yes.
And this is a Guitar Hero 3 guitar for 360.
Yep, and it doesn't need a dongle, which is good. That was another thing.
That's a
huge thing to consider. So.
Yes, because if this was PS3 and it didn't have the dongle, then
boom, you gotta buy a $70 dongle.
Yeah, like you're kind of out of luck on that one.
This thing really interested me. It was sitting near like some other disc organization stuff, but it was in pretty nice condition.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the heck is this? Thinking it was some kind of like disc player. But actually, yep, so that folds down. If you press this, lift it up, it's a disc organizer, and there were solds for about $40. And so for $3, I guess why not? It's a faux leather disc gear disc holder.
Shout out to the newbie, because I would not have looked this up, and I would have passed on these profits. Curious to see if that actually sells, but I could see it selling because it is like actually really cool.
And we can price it to sell as well. Like,
oh yeah, you paid how much?
$3 for that.
$3? Was that at the Bibles for Missions?
Yes, and so that place did have some games, but I had to pass on those. Nothing really worth it. A couple DS, some Game Boy.
Okay.
Now this guy, if tested and working, which I don't know if we'll be able to fully test it with film, but $60.
Right. Ooh.
So as is right now, it was kind of between 25
it's super
and 30.
clean though.
Oh yeah, so if you take, I think you can open this whole part up. Look on the inside. It is very, very clean.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it looks really good.
So I was thinking, absolute minimum if we.
Say that again.
Absolute minimum, we'd be able to get 25 for it. So
yeah, no doubt about it.
So it was a small find, but
sweet. So these were your thrift store finds, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
When you put it like that.
If it goes well,
yes,
there's $200 in profit.
Yeah, $12
worst
spent.
case, everything doesn't work and
we're out $12.
Yeah, but I mean, like overall, that's pretty good. You were only out for like 2 hours total. 3 hours,
about
maybe?
3, yeah,
okay.
including disc traders.
And you made some other random stops too along the way.
Yeah. So this was cool.
Yeah, like
so
this right here is
sealed games.
You traded a Switch Lite.
A Switch Lite, the Pokemon version.
Okay.
And we got Devil May Cry 3.
That's
I know. So he got these for $3 at Walmart during whatever sale they had for that.
That boy.
So we got the not for resale Sonic 2. It's in there. Plus, not for resale Sonic 1.
Yeah, they're all not for resale, so that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, it's fun to see. So we got...
Oh, shoot. This has the expansion pack.
Yes, it does. So,
heck yeah.
So you love to see that.
We did just get a Jungle Green controller for this. Like, I just cleaned one 2 days ago.
Well, perfect.
It works. It's
awesome.
good to go.
Yeah, that was the one unfortunate thing. This did not come with the controller, but it did come with the cables. Everything is pretty dirty. And he said it's all working. This is the one unfortunate thing. The rumble pack is very heavily corroded. If you want to open that up, it's we might be able to clean it, but it's pretty gnarly.
Pretty gnarly, yep. But honestly, that could clean up. I don't see any rust.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll clean up, because that can be $15-20, and always nice to get those little $15-20 tickets. The expansion pack is a nice like $40 bonus.
Yeah. We got Gran Turismo 3. Got Maximo. That's a cool one. And Sly Cooper, PS3.
Okay, hopefully that one works.
Yeah, and then just some classic cartridge games. Space Invaders.
Rush 2, Star Wars.
What is that? Oh yeah, there's the Diamond.
Do we have a case for that one?
We might. Should we check the shelf with things
on it?
Let's
check it.
Let's check the shelves. Come on, baby!
Nope.
Oh.
We have Soul Silver, Platinum, Black 2, and another Platinum.
Okay. And we got these last cartridge games.
Can't go wrong. Killer Instinct Gold. Arcade's Greatest Hits. My World. And $5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he did say that the Genesis was working. That he actually has played it recently. However, part of me doubts it because it's so dirty.
Yeah.
Everything
has the controller, no cords.
It does have 2 controllers.
2 controllers. Okay.
Which is nice, but yeah, no cords.
Those pretty much never don't work. Same with N64s. So
yeah,
I got a good feeling about it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, the only thing I couldn't look at it very well. Is this a crack or okay? That's a scrape. That little white
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
That was the
I
only
think
thing
that'll
I wasn't sure on, but
Yep. So yeah, I mean, if this stuff works, with these on top, like
yeah, that's good. So about how much are each of these worth sealed?
probably at least 50 a piece, if I had to guess, just because they are getting a little bit older. We can go to the. So fun fact, Skylar figured out you can get the widget for on iOS for the Amazon Seller app. Are they called widgets on iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's been a thing
I
on
know
Google for quite a long time.
You think that Apple would like call it something else goofy, but
Yeah, you do. Okay, so we can just scan it right through that. So I overestimated on this one, 44. So $33. Let's see about the other two. And sometimes these might even be a little more on eBay because they're getting to the point where people are paying up. So 40 on Omega Ruby. I'm gonna guess this one is right in line with that. Yep, 35. So about $100 on these three, and then the rest of it. So yeah, I'd say for $350 to $400 is pretty safe, and buy cost on the Switch Lite is $212. So, you know, you could have profited $350 to $400 in 3 hours.
that's not bad.
As a newbie, you just made over
$100 an hour,
$100
baby.
an hour.
Let's
like
go.
That's no joke for thrifting, and this is your first time solo thrifting. Like,
Yeah, and I was nervous as heck.
he's using my money.
Yes.
And
It's a lot easier to film you and let you spend your money. It's a lot harder filming and spending your money.
you did a good job, and I would say the most valuable thing to take from it is leveraging your time, maximizing your time by making this trade happen in addition to everything, because this makes it so you could have completely failed at all the thrift stores and still had a pretty good day. All right, present day Chase jumping in here. We were going to show videos of processing, testing everything, and showing that, but it was kind of boring, and we don't want to show you guys that, but everything did work. Everything's good to go. The N64, the guitar, the camera, we ordered a new battery for it, and it works. So it went splendidly, and Skylar will end up profiting about $350, and that's still a fairly conservative estimate from that day, and spent only about 3 hours thrifting. So he legitimately made over $100 an hour as a newbie reselling, thrifting. So we're really stoked about that. I'm stoked about that. He used my money. It went great. And yeah, this was kind of an experiment. It was a fun one. Let us know if you liked it. Hit that like button if you made it this far. Stay tuned for daily December videos every day this month. We got a lot coming, so hit that subscribe button and the bell, and we'll see you guys next time. And if you guys are a little bit late to this video, meaning you didn't watch it the day it came out, check out this video right here, and that one came out the following day, so we're doing videos every day this month.